Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your full moon and Scorpio message. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, please take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. So I created 12 spiritual bags, this time around, one for each of the zodiac signs. And inside each bag, I put a piece of selenite and a glass evil eye stone to protect you, your message, as well as the other person. What other person, you're wondering. It is a connection-based reading, so this could be professional, platonic, or romantic. We're taking a look at the most transformative relationship that you've had in your life. How is it meant to transform you? How is it a catalyst of change, or how is it supposed to be a catalyst of change for you? So we have card number 50, Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. And then you have Dark Woman, dealings or relationship with the woman with dark complexion or hair. Could be a woman or a man. I don't read body parts. Gong, an exciting event. And then Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I put these bags together prior to the first, so I have like no memory of what's in them. And then I let them sit in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio on May 1st. So let's take a look here. Willingness, tenderness, commitment. You then have, you have earned the respect of the group. Time to take charge, overcoming any obstacle. You've earned the respect, time to take charge. Now is the time to undertake something. Okay, don't be stubborn. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Don't be stubborn. Okay, let's look at the letters. These could be your initials, this person's initials. It might spell something out. Only take it if it resonates. They don't make or break the reading, okay? We have X, okay? Ex-friend, ex-family member, ex-lover, ex-boss, etc. You have R, D like David, F like Frank, P like Peter, I, J, L, P like Peter again, and then N. X, R, D, F, P, I, J, L, P, N. And let's look at your stone. Your stone is relax. So relax, control your anger, or you will be sorry. And then we have, interesting, we have the Libra scales of justice here. So Libra is the house of partnerships, contracts, connections, relationships, whether they are professional, platonic, or romantic. You then have a key, but attached to the key is like a wheel, almost like a gypsy wheel and spoke. I don't know if you've ever seen that, that symbol, but it's giving me the feeling here of like Wheel of Fortune. You then have a heart that says love in it. You have an umbrella, an open umbrella. You have two dolphins. Who else had two dolphins? I can't remember. But dolphins typically mate for life. So maybe for some of you, it's a love reading or a love connection that we're tapping into. We then have a black cat. Interesting. It does speak to spirituality, intuition. The only tarot card in the deck that actually depicts a black cat is the Queen of Wands, which is the second most intuitive queen in tarot. We have a t-shirt with a heart on it. So maybe wearing your heart on your sleeve, your emotions on your sleeve. And then you have a wrench. Okay. We'll close off the reading with a Moonology card, but let's get into tarot now. For the Aquarius Collective, which I'm a card-carrying member of, thank you very much, as a rising placement. Let's tap into the Aquarius Collective now. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What was the most transformational relationship in Aquarius's life meant to teach them? Or how is it meant to transform them? Or maybe even be a catalyst of change for them, for the Aquarius Collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. The Chariot. Seizing an opportunity. Queen of Wands, there we go. Second most intuitive queen in tarot. And in your deck, she does in fact have a black cat there. Three of Swords. Rushing in too quickly. Rushing in too quickly to something. Three of Swords. The Hierophant. The Four of Cups. Rushing too quickly into a commitment. And the Hierophant could be anything. A marital contract. A Hierophant could be a community group, political organization, religious organization, a corporation or entity you work for. Eight of Pentacles. King of Swords, there you are, whether you're masculine or feminine. Death card. Okay, bottom of that King of Pentacles. Let's clarify this message. Very interesting message. It's like seizing the opportunity without maybe getting all of the facts or without really considering everything. Right? The Ace of Pentacles could be seen as an exciting event. The Queen of Wands is quite excited to see that Ace of Pentacles. So someone presents you with an offer opportunity and you're off to the races with it. We're going to clarify this with the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are slightly different and therefore it does change the meaning of the cards a bit. And we'll go through that as necessary in your reading today. Queen of Wands with the black cat shows herself again. Okay, let's clarify this, please, for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, the Hierophant, Four of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Death and Rebirth card. One more shuffle. Thank you. I think out of like the 150 decks I have, your deck is the only one that calls the Death card Death and Rebirth. And it has an infinity loop on it, which we typically see in the Magician card as well as the Strength card. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Seven of Cups. The Chariot, clarified by the Chariot. Wow, when you want something, you really go after it. Queen of Wands to the Page of Wands. Three of Swords to the Seven of Wands. And there's the conflict. The Hierophant, clarified by Judgment. Oof. The Four of Cups, clarified by the Lovers. The Eight of Pentacles, clarified by the Emperor, so then not being happy with your choice. The King of Swords, clarified by the Sun. And the Death and Rebirth card, clarified by the King of Wands. Bottom of that, King of Cups. Let's clarify this a little bit more. So, from what I can see, without further clarifying, someone presents you with an offer opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. In the After Tarot deck, the individual is leaving Six Cups behind, and they're embracing the Ace of Cups, right? The new opportunity. So an individual comes along, and they present you with a new opportunity. And it sounds exciting. It sounds like something that you want to pursue. You can be successful with this relationship, this job opportunity, community involvement. Again, whatever that Hierophant is to you. Ace of Pentacles. Tell me about that Ace of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles, clarified by Wheel of Fortune, which we saw on the end of that key there. Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Bottom of deck, Strength card, which shows an infinity symbol like tattooed on her. Okay. Seven of Cups. Clarify the Seven of Cups. So someone gives you an opportunity. Offer opportunity. See, giving in your deck, the Six of Pentacles is a little bit different. So someone gives you an opportunity. You think, this is my moment. I have to strike while the iron's hot. This sounds good, feels good. Six of Swords, we're going to move towards it. Clarify that Seven of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Seven of Cups is clarified by the Hierophant. So this is you moving towards the Hierophant, the community group, the corporation, the job, the business partner, the romantic partner, maybe even rushing into marriage for some of you. And again, some type of group involvement, community, political, religious organization. I'm going to move towards it. The Devil and the Ace of Wands, bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles. This is giving me the feeling of, I'm going to do this. There might be some obstacles to me doing this, but I can power through them, right? I can overcome any obstacle. So when you're given something, an Ace of Pentacles, if you will, even though a part of you feels like, this could be a little challenging, there's another part of you that's like, I can overcome that challenge. In the After Tarot deck, well, typically what we see with the Devil card is an individual or individuals chained to one another, or the podium, or a podium that the Devil presides over, signifying something toxic here is at play. But in the After Tarot deck, the individuals are freed. So this is you saying, I'm going to move forward with an Ace of Pentacles that was presented to me. And again, we're looking at a past relationship. Even if this person is still in your life, we're still focusing on what that initial interaction between you and them was all about, like what you were supposed to learn from it. So the feeling here, when I see the Devil, two people unchained, and the Hierophant, someone presents you with an Ace of Pentacles. It's a little unconventional sounding, or the first thing could be, well, maybe this won't be as easy, but I can power through it. I can overcome the obstacle, because I'm very excited to have this opportunity. I'm willing to overcome any obstacles. The Chariot, off to the races you go. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Chariot, clarified by the Five of Cups. And then there's some type of disappointment, emotional disappointment. King of Cups, Four of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. Clarify the second Chariot card there. So you move forward towards something because it sounds good, smells good, feels good. I might have to overcome this in an unconventional way, but I can do it. Little ego there, no offense. One more shuffle. Thank you. And then there's emotional disappointment. Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. Interesting. There's disappointment, but you don't acknowledge the disappointment. You still want to nurture whatever this is. So whatever obstacles were in this opportunity, we'll just call it an opportunity. Whatever obstacles were involved in this opportunity, your feeling was, but I want to move forward with this person, this Two of Cups. Again, the feeling is like, this feels really good, or this is very exciting. I know there are some challenges here, but I'm gonna overpower them or overcome them in some way. And then you're a little emotionally disappointed, but you're like, you know what? Nope, just going to keep moving forward. So there's a little suppression there of disappointment. So to give you a real world example, this would be some point in your past, someone provides you with an Ace of Pentacles in terms of a job opportunity. Let's say the Hierophant is a company. They present it to you really well. It sounds exciting. It sounds fun. It sounds creative. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to take this job. And you take the job and it proves to be a little difficult or not exactly what they promised you it would be. And you're like, you know what? I can power through this. I can overcome this. But that Five of Cups is still there. You're still disappointed that it's not exactly how they portrayed the job to be, or they made it sound easier than what it would be. So prove to be challenging, but your stubbornness is like, but I'm going to overcome this anyway. Queen of Wands. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. Like, I can undertake this. I can do this. Tell me about that Queen of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Wands, clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups shows itself again. So I can be successful with this person, this business partner, this romantic partner. Tell me about the Page of Wands. So despite the difficulty or a little red flag or a little emotional disappointment or setback, you powered through anyway. Page of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Wands, clarified by King of Cups, Nine of Wands, and the Six of Wands, bottom of the deck, the Moon. There's still a suppression here of your feelings. The King of Cups here in the After Tarot deck is pouring out a cup. So emotionally displeased or unpleased, unsatisfied, dissatisfied with the connection, but still in that Nine of Wands, standing by that person and powering through. Because of victory, because of the title of the job, because of how much they're paying you, because of public recognition. Again, I don't know what that Hierophant is to you. You know, if it's a marriage and you rushed into a marriage, you're now in the marriage, or at some point you were in the marriage and you're like, this isn't exactly what I thought it would be. Five of Cups, right? I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to power through. I said I do, that Hierophant energy, but I'm not particularly pleased, or I'm not feeling emotionally fulfilled by this person. But I'm going to persevere. Six of Wands, I still want victory. And there's something here about, like, I don't want to disappoint people in my life, like by getting a divorce or something like that. For others of you, if that Hierophant is like a job, you accepted a job, you're now at the job, it's got a great title, or just, you know, there's great pay, but you're not really in love with the job, or the company isn't, you know, cracked up, you know, like they said they were. There's something wrong here. There's a little kink in the armor, if you will. And there's a disappointment. Again, the King is dumping out the cup, the Five of Cups. But again, it's like, but it's a great job. I'm publicly known. I'm publicly recognized. Or everyone knows that I have this title at this company and I make this money. So there's something here. I have to persevere because of what it looks like to other people. Same thing if that's like some type of group involvement, like a community group, volunteer group. Maybe you're a politician. I don't know. It could be the involvement of like a political group or religious organization. But again, it's like once you're involved, or once you were involved, you weren't really happy with it. But again, maybe you like the public accolades or something like that, or the group accolades. And even though it was difficult for you, you decided to, I can overcome this. I can push through. Three of Swords. Tell me about that Three of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. So at some point in time, we'll just call it connection, okay? Whatever that connection or opportunity there was, that offer. Even though you tried to power through it, there was a moment in time where the emotional pain or disappointment became so severe that you started contemplating, should I really be here? Should I still be in this relationship? Should I still be in this marriage? Should I still be involved with this group? Should I still be at this place of employment? You started questioning the offer you received. And that Page of Cups, the Seven of Cups, you're a little confused. For me, Queens exist in the present because they process the past, and Kings take action. And so there's a part of you of like, at some point in time saying, if I would have known all of this, I probably wouldn't have accepted the job. I probably wouldn't have asked this person to marry me or said yes when they asked me. There's a little regret that started coming into focus, if you will. It's like the emotions you were suppressing there, or the little red flags you were ignoring, they started to catch up to you. Seven of Wands. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. So whoever that was, you started questioning your involvement or the work, Eight of Pentacles, you put into it. Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. Yeah. So that's that feeling. I put a lot of effort into this. Now I'm at this job. I don't know if I could quit. I said I do. I don't know if I can get a divorce. You know, there was a lot of Eight of Pentacles. Time, love, money, commitment, effort that you applied to that Hierophant to try to make it successful. Even though there were moments here where you were not emotionally pleased with it, or maybe even full out disappointed or heartbroken over something that took place, the feeling here was still, if I had to go back again and take the offer, I probably wouldn't. But now that I'm in it, what the heck do I do? So at some point in time prior to you closing that out, or maybe you just contemplated closing it out, because I don't know where you are on the timeline, there was a reflection back that if had I known that this is how we would have ended up, I wouldn't have even accepted the offer. And I should have known the moment I had to, it sounded, it was a bit unconventional, or I had to power through some difficulties. Like that should have been my warning sign. So I feel like you overstayed in something. You overstayed at the job, you overstayed in the friendship, you overstayed in the group setting, you overstayed. You overstayed in the marriage or in the relationship. You overstayed. And you gave great thought to leaving it. And some of you in that Ten of Swords, you did leave it, because in the After Tower deck, there is no coming back. Typically in the Ten of Swords, we see someone lying on a beach, sometimes face up, sometimes face down, depending on what deck of cards you use. And they are giving the symbol of okay, if you ever like look carefully at the arm. And the astrological placement of the card is the Sun in Gemini, which is like the worst is over. Tomorrow's a new dawn, a new day. But in the After Tarot deck, there's a new dawn, a new day. It's still astrologically the Sun in Gemini, but there's no dawn or new day with this situation, because the situation is on a gurney. It's done. It has a sword on it, which sort of depicts a cross. These people are carrying it out to sea. It's dead. There's no coming back to this, or coming back to how it was. So like the illusions now are gone. So even if you decide to stay in the marriage, the partnership, the connection, the job, you're no longer going to have that initial feeling of excitement when you were first given the Ace of Pentacles. It's like it lost its shine to you. So if you decided to stay in, again, I don't know where you are on the timeline. If you decided to stay in it, the feeling here is it's never going to be the same. I might stay in it out of family, out of loyalty, for job, for money. What will the public say? What will the community say? But completely lost its shine to you. And for others of you, you just decided to move on from it completely. So the Aquarius collective kind of splits at that point in time. Hierophant to Judgment. There's a new Hierophant now on the table. There's a new opportunity here. And you're going to need to make the judgment call here. What do you do with this? New job opportunity, new friendship, new romantic partnership, new, you know, whatever it is. And this could have been like a marriage, but this is a job opportunity. There was, again, it doesn't have to be one for the other, like a replacement, but there's a new commitment now on the table. And if you haven't received it, you're about to receive it, but there's a new opportunity. So again, maybe that's a friendship that you ended. And the Hierophant now is, I don't know, you have the opportunity to get involved in a community group. Maybe that's the community group you left, this a romantic partner. But there's a new commitment now on the table. You're supposed to take the lessons from this and apply it to the new. Tell me about the Hierophant. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hierophant is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. So the new opportunity comes in, and there's anxiety here. There's anxiety here because the last time you rushed into a Hierophant, some type of commitment, it sounded really good and it sounded exciting, and it ended up not being so great. Like I said, it lost its shine, or you had to get a divorce, or, you know, you quit the job. So the new Hierophant is triggering, or should be triggering, the last time something sounded this good, it ended up not feeling so good. Ten of Swords. Clarified Judgment. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Knight of Swords. Three of Swords. And the Page of Pentacles, there's the offer. The Page is offering you a new pentacle. High Priestess. So it's almost like this is a new opportunity. I have to throw this out there for some of you because I don't have a World card. So this could be something like you accept this job. You're not happy. You're starting to see the red flags, but it has a good title. You make a lot of money. Maybe you're well-known at the job or well-known within the industry. It has completely lost its shine. If you could go back and not accept it, you would, but now you're in it. So what are you going to do? Now you have a new job opportunity. Now you're at a crossroads. Do you accept a new job opportunity or not? You could be in a relationship, long-term committed partnership. You're married. Something occurred here. Three of Swords. It's lost its shine. You're no longer happy in this connection. You now meet someone new. So for some of you, you're still in this, and there's the new is here. The new opportunity, the new lover, the new something like that. And for others of you, this closed out, and you have new here on the table. What's the concern here? There's a concern here. Four of Cups. Tell me about the Four of Cups. It's almost like if I make the choice to accept this, I don't want to be as disappointed as I was in the past. High Priestess. The World card and the Fool card. Wow. I very rarely see the Fool card followed, or the World card, I should say, followed by the Fool card. So for some of you, this is an overlap. This is an overlap. This is one relationship closing out and the new one coming online, but like at the same time. Not to use I don't want to make a reading about me, but to give you an example of what this could be like, I didn't ask him. I told my husband I wanted a divorce, so we were together for 20, 40 years. And 3 months later, I met my new person. The energies of the two relationships overlapped. I wasn't completely out of the marriage. I mean, we were over and we were living separately, but the divorce wasn't final. So one Hierophant overlapped the other Hierophant. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's taking place here. Or again, you're at the job and there's a new job opportunity. There's an overlap here occurring. Some of you have already experienced this. Others of you are about to experience it. And now it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't, because the last time I was in a long-term partnership, look how it ended. The last time I accepted the job, it sounded so great. It wasn't. Clarify the Lovers. So you have a choice to make. Lovers is the ultimate choice card in tarot. Do I close this out and move towards the new? Or now that that's closed out, do I move towards the new? Clarify the Lovers. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Six of Swords. Do I move towards the new? Five of Swords again. And the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. This is starting to feel more and more like... This is starting to feel more and more like you have a choice between two. I think this came up in your readings, but let me continue with the message. So the new Hierophant now is on play. The new offer, the new commitment, the new opportunity. Your feeling here is if I make the choice to move forward, I don't want to regret it. Because the last time I said yes to something that feels great, it didn't feel so great. It lost its shine, or it ended painfully, or I'm still in the middle of it and I don't know if I'm ready for the new. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Like, I don't know if I want to put effort into the new. Last time I put the Eight of Pentacles effort into something, it didn't pan out all that well for me. Eight of Pentacles, one more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Strength card. We keep seeing that Strength card now a few times at the bottom of the deck. The Emperor. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Emperor is clarified by the Moon, the Hanged Man, and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands, which is right here. That's what you felt with that first opportunity. Felt great. Okay. All right, that's interesting. So your lesson here, when this past connection here didn't work out for you, it was supposed to teach you that, yes, you can power through any obstacle. That's clear because you stayed in that even when you weren't very emotionally fulfilled with it. But there's also something here of the past doesn't have to repeat itself. If you've learned from those mistakes and now you can acknowledge a red flag and call it out as opposed to suppressing it. There's something here about the, what's that saying? There's something like past events don't have to I just noticed the Ace of Swords also has an infinity symbol. Some of you are afraid of the new because you're afraid that the past is going to repeat itself. You feel like it's just going to infinity symbol, infinity symbol. A couple of your cards here in this deck have infinity symbols, and that's not what we see in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. So some of you have a feeling here. I'm reluctant to move forward with the new, because what if the past repeats itself? King of Swords. I'm going to get timing for those of you where the Hierophant opportunity is not on the table yet. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The King of Swords is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. That's exactly what it is. You're afraid if you move towards the new job, the new lover, the new offer, the new opportunity, that the past is going to repeat itself. Clarify the Sun. Clarify the Sun. But now is the time to undertake this new thing. Don't be stubborn. Don't deny yourself the opportunity to have a new opportunity. Hate to use that word again, but don't deny yourself something new because of fear of loss or trauma that you incurred or encountered with that past thing. History does not have to repeat itself. Clarify the Sun. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. The past does not have to repeat itself. We have the Queen of Swords here twice, even at the bottom of this deck. So some of you are afraid to move forward because you don't want the past to repeat itself. You might be possibly denying yourself here of a great opportunity, a new romantic partnership, a new Hierophant. Again, whatever that Hierophant is to you. You might say no to a really great thing because you're judging this based on a past experience. It would be like my person asking me to marry him, size 6, baby. And it would be like my new person asking me to marry him and me being reluctant or possibly even saying no because I had a 24-year relationship end. And 20 of those years we were married. And it would be like me saying no because I'm afraid the past might repeat itself. But what did that past marriage teach me? It taught me that I can overcome any obstacle. Clarify the Death and Rebirth card. Clarify Death and Rebirth here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Five of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Look at that, 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. Some of you might say no to this because you're afraid of the past repeating itself. Clarify King of Wands. Again, kings take action. You're looking back. Remember the last time you were the King of Wands here? You were reviewing, oh, if I had to go back and say yes and accept that, I wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have. And now you're doing the same thing, except you are projecting onto this new opportunity. You're already saying it's going to end the way the past one did. King of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Wands, clarified by Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Look, we're ending your reading with the same card that we started it with. Five of Cups in the After Tower deck. The person is not crying over the past situation, environment, or connection that didn't work out. They're eyeing the new. So you have new here, Aquarius. Some of you, you're already engaging with the new. Others of you, you've been offered the new. And then that third group of you, this is coming up soon. I'm going to get timing for you for those of you where you have not met this new person or you don't have this new opportunity quite yet. But some of you could possibly say no to this based upon a past experience. But the past experience was supposed to teach you here. What was it supposed to teach you? This was supposed to be a very transformative relationship for you. This wasn't meant to get you to say no to every new opportunity that crosses your path from here on out. What was the lesson here? What was the lesson here? One more shuffle. Thank you. What was the lesson here? Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Ace of Wands, bottom of the deck, the Moon. Clarify that further. Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Ace of Wands, because that's what you were initially granted, given, offered. Ace of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Three of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. Feel the fear and do it anyway. That wasn't supposed to teach you, since that marriage broke down, you're never supposed to get married again. Since that business model failed, you're never supposed to open up another business again. It was supposed to teach you that you can overcome any obstacle, that you're stronger than you think you are, that you deserve a new beginning. Now is the time to undertake something new. Don't allow your past to hold you back. Let's get you a couple of cards here. There's also something here about nurturing yourself with this, like if you accept this new opportunity. I think you were so focused back there on the title, the other person, the job, you didn't really take care of yourself. When you started feeling the Five of Cups, you just kind of rolled with it. You suppressed those emotions. In the After Tarot deck, the Knight of Cups is drinking the cup. So there's something here that what that was supposed to teach you was you moved forward with it when it was uncomfortable or unsatisfying to you. You didn't originally say anything. You suppressed the feelings, you powered through, you didn't really nurture yourself, and then you got to a point in time where you regretted staying in it or staying in it for as long as you did. This time around, you can do it differently. You can, if there is a red flag that pops up, you can speak. You can say something about it. King of Swords, you can address it. You don't have to sit silent. You can nurture yourself. Just because you can't see whether that Ace of Wands is going to get you to the Ten of Cups or Ten of Pentacles doesn't mean that you should automatically say no to it. Three cards for those of you. Three cards for those of you that you're no longer involved with that Ace of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you're no longer involved, Hermit, Chariot, High Priestess. Wow, bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. You have this opportunity. It can radically change your life. Okay, typically what I see here is the Two of Wands, decision point, whether or not you're going to move forward, Sun in Aries, Three of Wands. And if you do move forward, Four of Wands, you change your life. This is a big decision here. This is a decision to enter another relationship, accept a job, accept some kind of high-level community involvement. This is a big thing. It will change your life. So if that is no longer in your life, there's something here about you going within and saying, I don't have to allow this to hold me back. I can move forward. I can lean into my intuition. I can do this better. I can do this better. I can be better. I can handle adversity better. I don't have to suppress my emotions. Can I get one more card on this? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ten of Cups. If that's no longer in your life, you have the opportunity here, again, Ten of Cups, to have real emotional fulfillment or contentment with this new opportunity. Don't kill it. Don't say no because of your past experience. For those of you where there's an overlap and that past experience is still in your life and now the new is on the table. You know, you have a new person, you have a new job opportunity. Maybe you have to leave one community group to be part of another. Something like that. So for my Aquarians where there's an overlap here, one more shuffle. Thank you. You can take the lessons in the Hermit energy and still move forward towards this opportunity, which appears here can actually bring you the Ten of Cups. For those of you where it's overlapping, Six of Pentacles, you're kind of giving to both. Page of Wands and the Moon card. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. Be honest with yourself. Why don't you want to move forward with whatever this is? Is it just fears, doubts, and anxieties? Page of Wands is a card of discovery. There's something here about discovering, why am I hesitant? Well, you're not hesitant because of whatever this person or this opportunity is presenting. So you're judging this based on the anxieties and the fears that are conjured up from this one, from this Ace of Pentacles that didn't work out, not this one. You're not even fully invested in this one yet. You haven't actually said yes or moved forward with it. So there's something here about discovering, like being honest with yourself, the doubts, the fears, the anxieties, the insecurities. They're not because of this Ace of Pentacles. They're because of that Ace of Pentacles. You're misjudging a new opportunity based on a past hurt or a past pain. Can I get one card on that moon, please? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Magician. Bottom of deck, the star. This is what you've always wanted. This is the job, the community involvement, like the, religious organization or political group you've always wanted to be part of. It's the romantic, partner you've always wanted. This is what you've been manifesting. And you're allowing some past experience that you've already shown you could power through and overcome any obstacle. You're allowing that to possibly convince you or like dissuade you from moving forward with this. That past experience was supposed to teach you, you can overcome any obstacle. You could just relax and go slow with this. Don't judge this based on the past. You're already determining this is going to be worse than that, like equal or worse, 10 of swords to the 10 of swords. You're already unfairly judging the new opportunity based upon the past experience. So in other words, power through and accept. And if it works out, fantastic. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. At least you didn't say no and you judged something new based on something in the past. Again, if it doesn't work out, you can overcome any obstacle. This already taught you that. You already overcame the hardships of that. So if this doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But what if it does? What if it ends up being the 10 of Cups? Why miss out on that? Take the chance. You have earned, it says you have earned the respect, right? Time to take charge. Time to move forward with this. Can we close this out with the Moonology card here, please? One more shuffle. Thank you. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Libra is the house of partnerships, connections, contracts, marriage, but relationships, whether they're professional, platonic, or romantic. A win-win outcome is forecast. If it doesn't work out, you learn some more lessons. If it works out, you struck gold. Bottom of the deck, adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. I think you need to adjust how you're seeing this new opportunity and not judge it based upon the past. The past was hard. Yeah, it lost its shine. This might too. But what if it doesn't? That's what I have for you, Aquarius. That is your full moon in Scorpio message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And until, I was going to get you timing. I hope you're still there. I said for some of you, this is not on the table yet. It's like coming soon. Let's get you timing. Not every card in tarot is timing, but let's see what we get for you. For my Aquarians where the new Ace of Pentacles has not arrived yet. When will they receive that offer? One more shuffle. Thank you. If you have not received the Ace of Pentacles, when are you receiving it? Four of Wands. This is soon. We're talking days here. Soon. Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Let me see if I can get better timing for you. Soon. The ability to make a decision and move in a new direction is upon you now. It's happening quick. Can I get timing for my Aquarians that have not yet received the Ace of Pentacles? When will they receive this new Ace of Pentacles, this offer opportunity? Very soon. Can you believe that? I had just said very soon, very soon. Anything else here in terms of timing? We have a flipper in the coming months. Allow the process. So very soon in the coming months. So we're talking within a couple of months. I think for some of you, it's even sooner than that. Could even be like this month, like the month of May. Don't automatically say no. This already showed you, as difficult as it is, you can power through. You can overcome it. You know what red flags to look for. You know when to check out. You don't have to overstay here. If this job doesn't work out, you can just find another job. You don't have to stay as long as you did in the past job. You know, if this is some community group and it sounds good and you want to join it, you don't have to stay for 10 years like you stayed at the past community group. If it doesn't work out, you could resign or you could leave. Don't say no to this person who wants to date you or, progress a relationship with you forward because you had a divorce or you had a terrible ending or someone cheated on you once upon a time. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's more knowledge. It's more experience. But what if it does work out and it ends up being the best thing you ever had? What if it ends up being the best thing you ever had? That's what I have for you. that is now your official full moon and Scorpio message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.